Hi everyone, today we're going to be working on lesson 9.4, all about squares today. So you're going to need your pencil and a crayon, and then you're going to need something to use as counters. Since we're talking about squares, I have these little squares to use as counters, but you can use whatever you have at your house, whether that be little cereals or Legos or whatever you have available to you is what you'll use for your counters. We don't need those yet though, all we need right now is our finger. So we're going to trace around the outside of the square with our finger. Notice how we have to stop at every corner. And with these shapes, there's actually a different word for corner, which is vertex. Everyone say vertex. A vertex is another name for the corner of a shape. So a square has 4 vertices. And vertices is just a fancy word for more than one vertex. So a square has 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. And let's see, this is a side. See that word, side. A square has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Remember our circle, we just went around and around. It didn't have any sides, but a square like this does. Okay, grab your pencil, and just like we did with the circle, trace as carefully as you can around the outside of the square. It won't be perfect, and that's okay. We're just doing our best. I know that I'm going all sorts of wobbly on this, but that's okay. Always remember, if you need to pause me for whatever reason, please go ahead so that you're not falling behind. All right, once we've traced around our square, all of the sides of the square, you can flip it over. All right, I have a square right here. The square just flips a little bit on its side. And it wants to know how many vertices it has. So we're going to put a counter on each vertex, and vertex is another word for what? Corner. So place a counter on every corner or vertex of the square. How many counters do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will write the number 4 here. It has 4 vertices. And let's see, how many sides does it have? Go ahead, take your pencil and trace one side at a time. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So I will write another 4 here, 4 sides. What do you notice about the vertices and sides of a square? Yeah, they have the same number of vertices as they do sides. How neat is that? Okay, we can go ahead to this one. So something important to remember about a square is that all of the sides are the same length. So here it wants us to draw and color a square. So I'm gonna choose just one side of my square to start with. And I'm gonna go, okay, so this side touched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. So I know that every other side of my square has to touch 5 dots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is one square. And hopefully you're coloring in a lot neater than I am. So go ahead and pause me and try to draw a square of your own. Remember, start with one side. So if I say 1, 2, 3 dots, every other side also has to touch 3 dots. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so go ahead and get me paused and try out a square on your own. All right, we can go ahead and flip to our very last side. All right, another riddle for you. I have 4 sides of equal length and 4 vertices. What shape am I? Let's think. We've talked about circles and squares. So which has 4 vertices or 4 corners and 4 sides of equal length. Is it going to be a circle or a square? Yeah, a square. So go ahead and do your best to draw a square. Because we don't have the dots like we do on the last page, a square is another one of those shapes that's really hard to draw perfectly so that all of our sides are the same. So yours might be a little bit off, but that's okay. Go ahead and draw maybe, let's see, a square has how many vertices and how many sides? 4. So why don't we go ahead and draw 4 squares. Awesome. Okay, friends, we are all set with squares. Tomorrow we're going to start a new shape. So I will see all of you then. Have a super day. And remember, I love you and I miss you always. Bye-bye.